Hey everybody, the Presidential Tourist here. I'm in Dade City, Florida at the Pioneer Village and Museum. It's one of those outdoor museums that I've shown several of them on my channel before. There's also an event coming here where they're having a military enactment and all, and like living history displays that goes with it. That'll probably be in a separate video, but this one is mainly just going to have a tour of the outdoor museum. And there's a train over there you can look at. There's different outdoor buildings. There's the main building behind me, which I actually already toured, but you'll see after this part. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to be here. A lot of cool stuff. So let's get looking around. Okay, that cool, interesting sign behind me. Well, I'm just in the doors. I paid my admission fee. Yeah, big old alligator.
Lucas, you're not climbing. Look at
that. He's called Big Al. Pretty cool when I always see these guys like that.
Hey, look at that.
Okay, they have a lot of fossils and gems and stuff here.
Well, they want to keep it nice for other people.
Oh, a turtle shell.
But let's not.
I always love visiting these different museums like this. This is so cool.
We're gonna look but not touch. We're gonna look but not touch. Okay? Thank you.
I see a sneaky dragonfly. What is that? That's
Look at that little turtle shell.
Oh, that's real. That's a real dragonfly. Hey guys! Hey, look at.
Hey.
That's a real dragonfly.
Both of you right now.
When you come, they give you a map and everything.
Listen to me. We do not touch to go inside things. We look. It's a museum. We look, but we do not touch. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Hey, that's a real dragonfly. Look at that.
Oh, look how they made the brooms back in the day.
Real dragonfly right there. It's real. That's
You can look, but do not touch.
yeah. I can't touch that.
And they have a little gift store, gift shop over there, which I will show you briefly in a little bit. Well, there's a lot to look at. I'm only going to briefly walk through here, guys, this room. So they have all those little buildings. And of course, they're having an event going on today, which I want to show you too, so I have a lot to show. I definitely remember these things. I'll show this intersection of the building first, and then I'll go and show you those little ones. The First Ladies of Florida in miniature, made and presented by the Tampa Dog Club. That is cool. I have a feeling this is going to be a long video, but there is a lot to look at. Oh wow, look at that chair, but they don't want you to sit in it. Looks like this is a lino type machine. Imagine how heavy that thing is.
You can film me too, you know. This Florida. What are you looking at?
Like I said, there's going to be too much here to show you guys everything.
Your sister wants to go into this room and then go
Oh, look at these. Look how cool this is. Look at these model ships. Pretty awesome. I'm probably going to this room a little too quick, but there's just so much to look at. not sure. What is that for? Something to do with sugar. Maybe it's one of those things that they make like the popcorn in. Looks kind of like one. Let's check the gift shop really quick. Obviously, they got a lot of books. I always like getting these. They have a lot for a lot of local cities. There's like some old-timey candy. Oh, it was like those alligator things. Okay, let's go check out some of those side rooms, and we gotta get outside. Before we head over there, I want to check with that big old thing. I'm not sure what that is. Something to do with the military. It doesn't exactly say. Like a model of a little home, I guess. Oh, this is cool. Well, that sound would get pretty annoying after. It's like those are the dolls with different like dress wear from the different decades in the 1800s. Here's the Lockheed and Mandel Family Antique Tool Room. Hi. Wow, a lot of cool tools, guys. Look at these different faucet handles. Never seen one like that. That is definitely unique. Imagine how much history these things have seen. See these glass things here. If you don't know what they are, they're like insulation that goes on top of like poles next to like a railroad line. Sometimes you find a clear one that's pink. They say it was struck by lightning. They don't use those anymore. At least not as far as I know. Pretty interesting. Okay, here's the Dr. W.H. Walters Memorial Room. Oh, this is cool. Bet he was a dentist. This is awesome. Imagine having to use one of these back in the day. So that hat's kind of like mine a little bit, and a fedora, which I always like. I'm going to assume that is him. Oh, hey, some x-rays of teeth. That's interesting. Okay, let's get on to the next part. Pioneer Florida Museum chart, April 20, 1961, with 87 members in first house on the Pasco County Fairgrounds. This permanent museum opened Labor Day 1975, promoting fostering public interest in pioneer Florida life is its purpose. This cool old train to look at here at the museum. You actually go up there and ring the bell, which I'm going to do in a minute, but I want to show you the train. Wow. This is pretty cool. Looks like it's a porter, I think it says on there. Ring the bell on old number 3. I'll be up there in a minute, but let's check out that down there. Cummer Sons Cypress Co. Wow, can you imagine how heavy those things are? Look at that. This is massive. Let me show you. Let me stand right next to this. Look at that thing. That is huge. Huge! I probably don't need my mask, but no one else is basically wearing it out here. I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people, a fair amount of people here, but I'm not going to take the chance. Since I'm in the care, I take care of my mom. She's elderly, so I'm not going to risk catching it again. Let's just say red tidewater cypress log contain about 80,021 feet of lumber. I think that says estimated age of trees 524 years. Contributed July 1961 by Mr. R.K. Butler. Geez, so this tree is older than the United States. That is cool. Around to the back. Whoa, look at that. Can you imagine the history of these trees seen? That is awesomely cool. Let's get up there and ring that bell, shall we? Yeah. Okay, let's go do this. This is gonna be cool.
Hi there.
Hi. This is awesome.
This is a Porter steam engine.
You don't mind being on camera, do you? Okay. Can you just explain what this is all about?
This is a Porter steam engine. It was built in 1913 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, near the steel mills. It is a small engine, as steam engines go, and was intended to be a yard engine to move cars around in the railroad yard. Cummer and Sons, who donated this engine and tender and car, were a logging company. They used this engine and others just like it to go out into the swamp where they cut the cypress. They would load it on a few cars and bring it up to Akuchi where they had their sawmill. So 7 of these, you can imagine how much logging they did. They logged all of the green swamp, which is thousands of acres east of here, and they logged along the width of Akuchi going out to the Gulf Coast. And later they logged the Everglades. They had a bigger engine than this, the 104. That engine they used to haul those bigger trains from the Everglades up to Akuchi for the lumber. Cummer and Sons were a lumber baron family from Michigan. When they had logged out pretty much all of Michigan, their family came down to Jacksonville. There was a father who did the logging in Michigan and 2 sons. They lived in a compound, the adult sons and their families and their grandparents. And since they made a lot of money lumbering, they spent that money, some of it buying art. One of the young wives took an interest in art. There's now an art museum in Jacksonville that was the Cummer collection. And they also donated their compound. The houses are gone, but they built gardens there. They had beautiful gardens. I wish I had seen them because a few years ago one of the hurricanes came through and all the salt water pretty much killed all of their gardens. And now the soil is salted, so it'll be a while before they can rebuild their gardens, but the intention is to rebuild the gardens. Akuchi, where they had their sawmill business, was a company town. Cummer owned everything. Akuchi now isn't even incorporated as a town. It's just a group of homes in like a neighborhood.
Yeah, I've been around there. They have like a battle reenactment for the Civil War thing, so I'm a little bit familiar with that area.
Well, there's nothing of the sawmill left, but at the time they were up and running and thriving. Akuchi was a prosperous town. 2 doctors, 2 morticians, all of the businesses that you would expect, a couple hotels, dining areas and restaurants. But when the business went, so did Akuchi. The housing that they had provided their employees is all gone. I don't think there are any of those houses left. But they were built. They weren't built for the long haul in the first place. They were only built as temporary shelters for their workers. Folks have told me that they have continued to find tokens that Cummer and Sons issued to their employees as part of their pay to use in their businesses in the town. So apparently there were plenty of them floating around.
Do you know anything about that 1-room schoolhouse that's in Narcosi?
The one up here?
There's one in Narcosi. There's a 1-room schoolhouse.
I don't.
So, yeah, they have a sign out there, but they don't really tell anything about it. So I drove by a couple times. I always wondered what's up with it. They don't really have any further information. It's right next to a fire station.
Wish I could tell you, but
So when was the last time was this used for?
they went out of business in 1958. So those logs were cut sometime before that, and look how well they stood up, and even being out in the weather. the cypress was really desirable for building because it withstood humidity and rain and managed to survive even without a lot of protection. Some of the lumber that they cut went by train to Tampa, where it was loaded on ships and went who knows where. And a lot of it went north. Housing.
Yeah, cool. That's interesting.
I Googled yesterday how to operate this train. Would you like me to show you what I know?
Sure.
This is the brake. Good thing to know. Took 2 people to run the train. The fireman who shoveled coal, who I think operated the brake. And he also managed the water flow from these tanks into the steam engine to make sure there was always enough water in the steam engine and to make sure the pressure was right. So it was constant attending to how much water and how much coal in the fire. The engineer, this was his side, he watched where they were going and was kind of in charge of slowing down so they could stop where they needed to stop. This is essentially like a gear shift in your car. Right here is neutral, this was reverse, and that's forward. The biggest task, or the most difficult task of the engineer, was getting the train started from a dead start because there's so much weight here. So they put very little energy into the wheels or power into the wheels when they first tried, and then they would use this throttle to get things moving. They didn't want to spin the wheels because the spinning wheels tore up the wheels and tore up the track. So they had to be very careful. But once they got it going, just gradually increasing the power to the wheels and this throttle to increase more steam to whatever the pistons are or whatever. And this was not a train built for speed, so but it's still a mighty engine there.
Pretty interesting. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So
And I call it now my engine, but it's surely not mine.
I definitely got to give this a try. That is cool.
The train has a whistle too, but you have to have it steamed up to operate the whistle.
And did something like this when I was a kid, but it was a more modern train, and I got to try it.
I don't know how. Do you know?
Cool. I gotta show you guys. Wait a minute.
Petticoat Junction.
That is awesome.
Hi there.
Okay.
How are you?
Gotta get a quick picture, guys. One more look at the controls.
I have like maybe 3 or 2 more of these.
That's a little one.
Yeah, I feel like that's what the people got shot.
Did you understand the bath?
Alright, we're gonna head into the railroad station. Just heading there and checking out.
Dad wants to go see the stuff that's for
This is originally from Trilby, Florida, but I think this was moved here. That's what I thought I've heard, but I could be wrong. See, this has any information right here about it. Trilby Depot from 1896.
Here, I'm going to take a picture because we can do it.
Excuse me?
And he doesn't count it. And a good operator doesn't count it.
Right.
Because I said, he knows how long the
Yeah.
hose handle.
Yeah.
Mentally, his brain just does that.
Yeah. And
It's amazing.
my 2 daughters here play music, and you all play some music, but they're really, they know rhythms, and
It is.
so they can get it pretty simple across.
Look, that sign says, please do not flush toilet while train is in station.
I always thought if you study music, I always thought
This is cool. I always love seeing these.
there was a connection there. Kind of rhythmic.
Yeah.
They also say you are good at math or languages.
Yeah. Yeah.
With
Music is
language,
language. Music is, that's really cool. So do you play an instrument?
I tried 2 years ago, you know. I never was good at it. I played on the rolling a lot when I was a kid.
I I can see him playing with the banjo and doing like Morse code rhythms.
Well, remember my mother was a piano teacher, so I could play a few songs on the piano. The old PBS television program, you ever watched Morse? Detective.
Oh yeah.
At the very end of the show, when the last word is spoken, the little background music comes up, they were playing Morse on the violin. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. But I'm talking about my musical training. See, I told you my mother wanted me to play the piano.
This is cool. Yeah, this is a model train exhibit. Of course, they have this part out here for it.
She was around up until just a couple years ago, so my kids got to meet their great-great-grand, which is pretty neat. Well, my parents had us young, so they kept this generation pretty good, which is neat. But yeah, that's whenever I hear Rochester, it takes me back to that.
If there's anything in this little building here.
Up there, it goes up. He lived down here in the village.
Well, this is cool. Gonna check out this building. Not sure what's up with this one. I don't see any information signs about it. But all that disturbed sand there, one of this has been more recently moved here. Don't know. You can peek in the windows, but I don't think they're having you go in it yet. Take a peek inside. Definitely working on it, but it looks pretty clean in there. Just gonna briefly go around it. Imagine the history this building has seen. grounds of this museum is quite extensive. There's a train. There's a train museum. That's where you first go in, where the gift shop is, and they have a museum in there. It's indoors in there, part of it, which I showed before this. But you might see it after this. I am not sure how I'm going to arrange this video. And there's that building. And there's buildings way down there. It's definitely probably one of the more bigger those outdoor museums I've been to. You know what that means? Got a lot more walking to do. There's a cool little railroad engine. That is awesome. But there's so much to look at here. I think most of these buildings you can go into. Let's get going. Wow, this is definitely bigger than it looks like outside. This is basically a citrus floor, you know, an orange packing house. And my battery definitely has to be changed. I'm happy I brought my spare. I'm gonna have to walk through this rather quickly because this place is pretty big. And I have a lot to show you guys at this museum. I've never been in a packing house before. There's a couple I was hoping to get into, but I was never able to. So just to walk around one, this is quite interesting. Here's the machine that used to sort them and clean them, I bet. Definitely pretty cool. Yeah, this museum is huge. Okay, let's get on to the next thing. So there's some old farming equipment out here in this section. Almost like that's a thing to use for animals. They might have some animals in there, I don't know. I don't think so because that is open. Maybe they did at one time. Or they just make it look like they did and didn't for the museum. I'm trying to capture the whole thing for you guys, but there's just so much to look at here. Let's peek in here quickly. See, that's originally was made in Chattanooga, Tennessee. It's interesting to look at the nameplates and this old equipment. This might be a well. No. Natural cane sugar, so this might be something with making it. I don't know. More farming equipment over there. Yeah, there's a lot here. Alright, let's get on to the next stuff. Alright, looks like this is History Center and it is open. Look at that cool thing. Put bottles on there. I wonder what that one was from. Very pretty blue. Let's head inside. History Center, the History Center is open, so let's head on in. Maybe you go a different way in. Nope. Hi. People can come in here, right? Okay.
Oh God, what are you doing in here?
I just thought the way you were looking at me, maybe I wasn't supposed to come in here.
It was nothing. You were peeking in, and I was wondering who it was.
I just wasn't sure at first.
Yeah. Yeah, this is our history center for Pasco County. Thank
Okay,
you.
well, I'm Dade.
Thank you.
We're gonna get my hour scheduled out for tomorrow.
Be safe. Thank you for coming.
Well, I mean to come here for a while, but then I heard you were having the military reenactment, so I wanted to make sure I made it to that.
Well, very good. Thank you. Did they give you a brochure? We have a lot of things going on. I don't know if they've updated the ones yet or not. Let's see. Yeah,
All right, cool, thank you.
it's upcoming events.
Definitely checking out. So is this building, what can you tell me about this building?
Yeah. This was the two buildings. This one and the one up the rent was the hunt camp for the Cummer Sawmill, which was just up the road in Lacoochee. But these houses set out in Green Swamp, which is just east of Dade City. Here we are in Dade City, and here's Green Swamp. And this blue pin represents where they sat in Green Swamp. They're made out of cypress. The water and the bugs don't bother them much. When they set out in Green Swamp, and when Swift Mud bought the property, they wanted us, the houses were empty. I can't even talk today, I'm tired. The logging, people quit, the logging was all gone, the trees were cut down, people had to go on to do other things to make a living. So the houses set out, they're empty, and Swift Mud bought the property, and then they wanted the houses moved, so they donated them to us.
How old is this building?
Late 1930s, early 1940.
That must have been quite an operation to move this building over here.
They moved it at night. I have a newspaper article over here that tells when they moved it. So the electric company had to go ahead of them and take down all the wires, and then they had to go right behind. As soon as they passed, then they had to go back to those lines all back up. And here's the houses that they set out in Green Swamp. And then here's tells the story about when they moved them here. And it cost like $15,000, you know, so even though the buildings are donated, then we have to do things, you know, to apply for grants and have events and all to be able to pay to have them repaired and moved here. So it's a big ordeal. And we just had that log cabin moved in here from Trilby. Did you notice the log cabin out in the middle of the field?
Yeah, I was peeking inside. I was wondering what's up with that because I don't see any signs or anything about it yet.
It's not set up yet, you know, because we haven't had the money really to set it up. But it had when it sat in Trilby, it had 2 extra rooms on it, but some of our volunteers went and took the 2 extra rooms off because they weren't authentic. You know, they had been added on the people that lived there to make it a bigger house. But we didn't want it if it weren't authentic.
And how old is that building?
Late 1800s, I'm not exactly sure. And one of our people that was on the Historic Preservation Committee, it's his grandfather's house. And he donated, Scott Black is his name.
What's the oldest building here?
The oldest building here, I think the Overstreet House, 1864, if I'm correct. 1864. Did you go in the Overstreet House?
Not yet.
Oh, here, this tells about it a little bit. No, that's I have another one here. That's the house in Zephyr Hills. Let's see if I can find the street block. No. Anyway, I think it's 1864. No, I'll clear up it. Be happy up there. Yeah, this one's good. Yeah, there's a lot of good history there.
Well, very interesting. Thank you. It's back into the History Center. I'm going to assume we can go in here too. Let's see. See that? Mudcat Grant. I actually met him. Met him in Winter Haven. Just gonna peek briefly in each of these rooms because there is a lot to show you.
Maybe you're gonna find a sewing machine in there.
Sewing machine. Oh man, everybody stitches me up, buddy. Oh, R.
This one right here is special.
So that was the sawmill exhibit. Not sure. I think that's just used for maintenance. But I might check that in a little bit. But let's check out this little building here. Okay, so this will be the blacksmith shop. Pretty cool. I go behind there, but they don't want you to, so when you're in someone else's house, you need to respect their rules. Boy, there's a lot to look at here, guys. We still got several buildings to go. You know what that means? We got more walking ahead of us. This one's called Grace Dew's Cafe now. I'm not sure this is of historical significance or it's just here to add to it, or they actually do serve some things here during events. I don't know. I bet you that's what it is for. But I want to show it and include it. Here's the Carpenter building. Let's check that out. So they don't want you going in, so you can like peek inside. Do not touch displays and tools, so I bet you sometimes they let you in here Maybe when there's no one here, they don't want you to go in. A little dark for you, I know. Pretty cool. This one's called the Mabel Jordan Barn. Oh, looks like there's restrooms in here. Just in case you want to know, there's bathrooms. There's ones in here, right there, and then the first building you come in where you pay the admission, there's bathrooms too. Look at this classic car. Oh, look at this. This is awesome. Wow, can you imagine how it was to ride something like that back in the day? Pasco County's first school bus. Imagine history of this thing seen. Wow. Doctor's buggy. There's a Civil War munition wagon. Classic Ford car. Sorry if I'm going through this kind of fast. This video is already going to be huge. I'm trying to show you everything. Not sure if this is supposed to represent like a little village or what. There's little buildings you can look in. And there are chickens over here. There's a rooster roast. Rooster roost, I mean. Roosters. Ah, there it is, the stink lodge, the outhouse, the WPA outhouse. Imagine having to go in that. Definitely wasn't the best thing to do in the world. See, they have several little buildings on property. storage building made of cypress, built by Fred Browley. Okay. And here's a hen house. No hens in there though. Okay. It's cool. Let's head on to the next section. Sorry this wind, guys. It's just really beating up today. Feels good to me, but definitely not good on camera. But this is the J.L. Bromley Shoe Shop. It's located at Pasco and 8th Street in Dade City, 1913-1930. See, we take a quick peek in there. I'm sure if this opens or not. No, but there is a window. Actually, it might be better to go over here. Try to show you the inside. I'm not going to be able to see very well. They probably let you in there sometimes, but just not now. Yeah, there's an exit sign there. So it looks like sometimes you can get in there. Check out the moon moonshine still. I can't talk today myself either. Let's check it out. Oh. Looks like you can't look in there right now. At least I don't think. No. I can barely see in there. You guys won't be able to. They do have a moonshine thing to look at when it's open. This is the C.C. Smith General Store. Inside.
Yes, all these people are guest speakers, and these guys were rookies. But now they're moving up in the world, they're moving up.
Yeah.
And that's just a Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
They come in on Thursday, you know. But
This is pretty neat what they got here.
yeah, they got a nice place. See the bars on the windows?
Yeah.
Because it was a post office.
Oh my
They had
goodness.
to protect the mail. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had,
A general store, post office, everything.
yeah. Oh,
It's great. Just like what you
yeah. Now you know last night. You know they were invited back.
Well, I went to eat with my girlfriend. And,
I'm just telling you.
yeah.
Everybody was invited back for a cookout.
Really?
They didn't tell you?
No.
Well,
J.I. knew about it.
I'm JR.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Jeremy knew about it.
Well, I went to eat with my girlfriend and my mom. They came down from Valdosta, and then they supplied here. They got 15 pizzas ordered tonight. They had like 6 last night.
But supposedly they have nothing for tomorrow.
I don't know what the
Yeah,
the
but
plans are.
Papa John's is doing the pizzas for tonight.
Yeah.
But, no, because, back to Walmart. This is the phone, this is,
Look at the price list here. Pillsbury Best Flour. 24 a pound sack, $1.45.
I was staying at a friend of mine's house, there's no,
Yeah.
you know, the same pocket.
Meal and grits, 6 pounds, 25 cents.
You know, just looking out.
I have a feeling a bit more today.
Yeah, they all knew this. Okay, I don't know you did. Yesterday afternoon, on weekend, early afternoon, we had
Alright, we gotta get into the next one. We got a lot to look at. This one's titled a little country store, but there's not much here. Okay, this is the Overstreet house, built in the mid-1860s. Imagine history this house has seen. Go upstairs in a minute. Wow, look at this. Wow. You can just feel this place is just old. I doubt that's from the 1860s. Imagine the Civil War was going on when this house was built. The history here is incredible. I'm going to assume this is the kitchen, because normally the kitchen was separate. Because the Baynard house in Auburndale, Florida had the kitchen separate too. Yep. This is the kitchen. Now let's check upstairs. More of those outdoor buildings. Oh, no, never mind. These are the ones I went through. Okay, let's go upstairs. This is... Careful bumping your head. Cool. Compared to outside, it is roasting in here. Imagine this house is 160 years old. Wow. The history in here. Okay. I am going to go downstairs. I'm not going to film when I'm going down the steps because I want to make sure I keep my hand on the rail, because that is fairly, a narrow hallway or stairs, and I gotta be extra careful going through that. Ooh. Okay, here's the Enterprise United Methodist Church from 1878. A little dark in here. Interesting, there's no cross up there, a big one. I think the preacher would stand here. So looks like you can go up there. And he would do his sermons. Right here. Imagine the people that sat here when that happened are long gone. Very interesting. See these very pews. do sell food here, and I guess this is the spot it was at. This is the cracker fixing section, Billy. And they have some old fire trucks from Dade City Fire Department. If you want to see another cool old fire truck, go to Auburndale, Florida. They have one there on display too. I'm not sure what's in this one. Oh, there's more bathrooms over here by this building too. They have like 4 sets of bathrooms. They're gonna need this place. Is pretty big. So let's head inside. I think you can get into the back. I'm not sure what this one's for. We're gonna go in and see. Taking guys on me this little journey. See all this cool stuff. Okay, it's a one-room schoolhouse. There's the dunce cap. You know what? I think I finally went through all of them. There's one listed as the kitchen, but I'm not sure what they do in there. But I think I've been through all of them, guys. This was definitely a workout. This outdoor museum is huge. Huge! One time I like to come back and go through it slowly. So I actually rushed through it pretty fast because there is a lot here to look at. Just panning around one last time. And if I miss anything on the way out, they'll try to show it all. Here's a little bit of the front entrance. That's where you go in. That's where the gift shop is, and they have that museum showing those different rooms that I showed you earlier. I didn't film it on the way in because I just wanted to get in there and get going. Because there's the train depot right there. I just wanted to film a little bit out here. I'll let you read that. Pause it if you want. But they have a fair amount of parking over there. And I want to show the entrance. You're pulling down here. They have an old wagon, some other stuff. I'm going to walk over there. When I get over there, I'll start recording again. Sorry, the wind is going to be horrible here, but here's that wagon. I'm going to try covering this. And here's the entrance where you pull in. Pioneer Florida Museum. cool. I'll show this part. Alright, I think that's it. I'm going to be pretty quick because this wind is going to be brutal with you guys listening. But here's the sign. You see when you come into the entrance. I had a pretty fun time here stopping at, I saw the battle reenactment, which will be a separate video. And then I filmed the museum, which will be in a separate video. So you'll see 2 of them. So you might see this video in 2 different videos. So I might do this as the ending for both. But the battle reenactment was really cool. Everyone was super nice. And everyone that worked here at the museum that I talked to and everyone else I met was super nice. I enjoyed myself. And I'm definitely going to have to come back again to this museum. Alright. Time to get on to the next adventure. Alright. Bye everybody, bye.